Okay.
Right, Geoff, we've won that 3-2. Somebody after the match told us that's our 50th competitive win. So that's pretty impressive at home. At home, which has been a lot of homes, obviously. It was quite a struggle, really, given the circumstances. Hard work of it.
Yeah, I think obviously the turning point of the game was obviously the sending off. Up until then, it was pretty close. I mean, we was trying to get into half time really with the lead in front and just work out sort of a couple of things because they were getting a lot of space in midfield really, so we're just trying to get our midfield to match them. And they was trying to play through the pockets, try and get in the sides of our centre backs, and they're tricky, and they've got a lot of goals, so we expected the forward line to be tricky, but we also knew we could sort of hurt them on our transitions and trying to get around the back of them. But yeah, like I said, I think their game turned on obviously on the sending off, and not for the first time. We didn't really capitalise on having the extra man, and that's something I've discussed before previously in terms of sometimes our maturity, in terms of what to do when we're playing against 10 men. You know, because there becomes a sense of sort of nothing to lose from the opposition, but then we still got to punish them. And when you punish them, it's about sort of maintaining the ball and having the right decisions. And I feel we lack that, especially in the final third decision making. Especially we're talking about outfield player in goal, so really we should be, you know, putting more pressure on them to make mistakes. But on the back of the defeat, however way you get it, you know what I mean, you take a win. And something to build on in terms of confidence-wise into the next game.
Okay, great. It was, I mean, we were in a lead by the time the sending off happened. Julian got the goal, and then another. Actually, it was a throw, wasn't it? And then it came back to Sherwin. Sherwin put it in. He got his head on it. But another instance of Julian. Right place, right time, getting on the end or something. Do you want to take that, Sham?
Because he saw it. I was getting beats.
Yeah, as you said, it was the original long throw from Sherwin. They cleared it, went back to him, they put a great ball into the box, and Julian was there again, like a salmon, leaped up, headed the ball, and yeah, it was buried it really. But we just didn't kick on from that goal.
Yeah.
I thought we weren't really playing that well before the goal, to be honest. And yeah, we didn't really kick on after it. And it was just a tight game, as Geoff said already. I think the sending off the goalkeeper made it a bit easier for us. I think it was 11v11. It would have been for a tough afternoon. Yeah. In the way that we started the game ourselves.
Okay. Julian comes off half time. Presume that's an injury, is it?
Yes, another one to add to the list. A long growing list. Yeah, he done his groin, so so I'm not sure how long he will be out for. He's gutted himself. He's on good form as well. 9 goals, 9 assists, I think it is, something like that. So yeah, it's another blow for us. Not one of our leaders that we're going to be missing for a couple of weeks.
Let's talk about either Alasdair, Charlie. How near were you to the sending off? Do you have an idea of the sending off? I'll try and summarise how it looked from the scaffold, which is basically Sherwin is through, he pokes the ball, the keeper and he collide. Go.
Yeah, we're on the pitch, we saw it as well. But yeah, we were miles away from it really. But I don't actually know what the rule is around.
I can tell you what the rule is.
Okay, so
just say what you see, and I'll tell you what the rule is.
Well, all of us, like them and us included, were quite surprised to see the red card. Obviously, he's last man, so and he's fouled him. I think it's something to do with if you go for the ball, then it's not a double jeopardy or something like that. But all of us were quite surprised to see it. Sherwin's done pretty well to get there actually, to be fair. Like he was on his toes. I think it was Julian put the ball over the top into a good area, and Sherwin's just done the work to get there and been taken out. So I think I'll hand over to you to tell us what the rule is.
That's it. You summarise the rule absolutely. If there's an attempt to play the ball in the box and it's a goal scoring opportunity, that's not a sending off. If the referee has obviously decided the keeper wasn't making a valid attempt to play the ball, and that's why he's gone.
I think it's harsh. I think he probably was trying to get the ball. He's just a keeper, so he's a bit slower. But
thanks.
It was
one for Jack Francis there, just slow keepers.
No, France is quick.
Yeah.
But, no, I think like Sham said and Geoff said, like from that point, we need to kick on. We need to turn the screw a little bit. And even before that, we weren't. It didn't quite Nothing was quite smooth. Like we didn't really do too much in terms of patterns, that type of stuff. And you know, it was a bit of a tough pitch. I hate when we talk about the pitch in terms of like the conditions and stuff, but it was difficult because it was unpredictable. Different parts of the pitch would give you a different kind of surface. So it was quite hard to play. But that being said, you know, against 10 men, they played a bit. You know, they tried to do things the right way and punished us a little bit actually in that regard. So I don't think any real excuses in terms of the conditions. We know we need to be better. We're happy we've got the 3 points, but we need to be better basically in the weeks ahead because it's tight at the top and we want to be in that space. So.
Brilliant. Okay. Yes, a lot of the second half. It kind of, if somebody did actually turn up halfway through the second half and didn't know that they had 10 men, is that what it kind of felt like outside? There was still only one goal in it because they scored immediately after we scored at the end of the first half. So it's only one goal in the second half. You're kind of looking at a sub-keeper. You're thinking maybe we can push on, make the man count, and the sub-keeper count. It didn't really work out.
No. I think that was the point. I think we said, you know, we've gone 2-0 up there. Their keeper sent off. We're all a bit surprised by that decision, really, but that's where we should kick on and control the game, be calm with it. And the way they've kind of got down easily, put a ball in, it's a great header to be fair to them. All of a sudden now the game's on. It's just before half time that goal as well, so their tails are up going into the break. You know, we've spoken about just kind of relaxing on the ball and doing our jobs in the second half, and we didn't really kick on from there either. It was still backs to the wall, and like you said, it felt like, you know, people didn't know that it was 11 against 10, and it almost felt like that on the pitch as well, because, you know, they were still finding the free passes and stuff. So it was a difficult one, particularly the second half. They were putting it on down my side quite a lot. Balls over the top, so it was tricky. But yeah, in those situations, we really need to make the extra man count.
Taylor scored our only goal of the second half with something that actually Geoff, you were talking about. Substitute keeper, he's obviously not a keeper, he's an outfield player, going in goals, shots on target. It was pretty much exactly that. Maybe 25 yards out, a hard shot. You would expect a first choice keeper to deal with it, but it's ended up in the back of the net.
And it came at the right time as well, because like I said, the game was still in the balance, and you know, if they'd come to 2-2, you wouldn't have put a bet in terms of who would have gone on to win the game. So it came at the right time, gave us a bit of breathing space, was able to make some subs as well, just to see it out. Well, that's what we thought at the time. And then obviously we conceded again near the end of the pen. Again, I didn't really see much of the pen. It was like Charlie tell you what he saw.
Oh, I'll tell you about it, Geoff, don't worry. We'll talk about Sham. You can chime in later if you want to, but I mean, look, I'm there thinking, I don't even know what the handball rule is, so maybe you can tell me what that is as well. But my arm's very close to my body. He's 5 yards away crossing the ball, and it's hit me like in the kind of knuckle of my elbow.
Right.
And the thing which, you know, none of them have appealed for it to start with. I've gone over to the liner and been like, what do you think? And he was like, the referee's already given it, so I can't say anything.
Right.
And I was like, okay, so you don't think it is? And he was like, there's nothing I can do.
Right.
So like, take from that what you will. But I might hand over to Sham for what he wants to chuck in about that. But I think more, in terms of what we can control in that space, given we have the extra man, we need to not allow them to have an opportunity to cross the ball into the box. And I think too often in the second half, as Alasdair mentioned, like we felt a little bit backs to the wall, and they were playing a bit of long ball. They had some big guys up top and stuff, but really we should be controlling that situation and putting them to the sword. And like Geoff said, Tay's goal came at a good time for us because it allowed us to relax slightly, but you want to relax in a way which means you're more effective. And we relaxed, and in the wrong way, I would say. So he shouldn't be in a position to be able to cross the ball from a dangerous position. That being said, I think it's a harsh one.
It took a whole 45 minutes for the ref to even things up there.
And actually I walked over to as we were lining up to on the edge of the box where the penalty was being taken. I said to their striker, what do you think? And he was like, ref's just evened it up, innit?
Yeah, right.
Like, okay. Over to you, Sham.
It was a penalty. It was a handball. I thought some of the fans that side and said Charlie delivery, thought it was a goal. Stuck his hand out. So yeah, I thought it was originally a penalty. I said to Geoff, looked at him, and that's another one Charlie's given away.
That's 2 and 2. Yeah, that's our management team giving me a vote of confidence.
Okay, I mean, finally, it was a big crowd today, round about 600, I understand, and big scenes as well before and after the match in terms of support for Palestine.
Yeah, I mean, again, I touched on it before the Christmas break and New Year break, and I think it's fantastic what the club's doing and all the fans coming aboard just to shine the light on what's actually happening in Palestine. I mean, the last time I spoke about it, I saw some comments under my interview saying, what about Hamas or stuff like that? Listen, any humans dying, regardless, I condemn that. That attack by Hamas on 7th October, if someone asks me outright, what do you think about that? Do you condemn that? Of course I do. It's innocent people dying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same thing as, it's over 100 days now. And it's ridiculous. We've got kids, young kids dying. And it is, I will say it again, people might get upset, some people within the club might get upset. It's genocide. That is what's happened out there. They're getting killed mercilessly. And the thing is as well, is that the superpowers, as they so call it, USA, I know we're going into politics here, I don't really want to go into it, UK is a disgrace. I hate the Tories. I'm sorry if any
I think you're saying that.
I absolutely hate them. I despise them. And to think, my family, myself, we've always voted Labour, and to think Labour even not condemning it, don't want to call for a ceasefire, is a disgrace. So well done for the club to standing up for what we stand for. That's what we stand for. Do you know what I mean? And we might get criticised from the FA, Essex FA. I know I think they've been in touch before saying, "Oh, can you tone it down? You can't say the chant of free Palestine or stuff like that. We'll do what we want." Do you know what I mean? What we believe, what we're right. And yeah, please keep shining the light. Keep tagging all the photos and bring attention to it. As I said, over 100 days, and yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. And pray for everyone's families and whatnot on both sides, and hopefully it comes to an end soon, a peaceful end.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you.
Lovely, cheers.